Hi, welcome to this video dedicated to the new Flying3D X6 Plus. So this is a disassembling procedure, well I will say the internal part. So first of all, now this is the version 1.5 in fact of the Flying3D X6. So the first one was probably some pre-release from Flying3D. So I got the first edition, the version 1.2, well, and as you may know, from the version 1.2 and 1.3, it was not able to upgrade the firmware and some stuff like this, so I don't know, the fuck something in the factory. But anyway, from the 1.4, now it reactivates the possibility to update firmware, and they improve a lot the stabilities and etc. Especially with the firmware version 1.51. Okay, now we have two branches of the firmware, the version V1, okay, and the last up to date is the 1.51, and now you have a new branch, V2, and well, associated with a new revision of the hardware board. It's not the case here, even with the Flying3D X6 Plus, it's still using the same V1 architecture. Anyway, but they changed a little bit some stuff. First of all, they changed the receiver. Now everything is re-included. The shrink strip everything. Like the version 1.2, the first one I had, but now I hope they solve everything. So you can find the antenna, the 2.4 GHz antenna. You have two. Well, probably, maybe there is a telemetry possibility to add. I don't know. I'm not sure of it. But anyway, as you can see, the also install on the piece of foam the compass and the six-axis stabilization. That's a good point to increase stabilities. You have the GPS plug. So already I removed the top canopy. It's very easy to access. You have to screw only the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4 external screws, and after all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 screws on the body. So 9 plus 4, 13 screws to disassemble it, and you have to disconnect the GPS connector here on top. Anyway, so you can find the receiver. You have this kind of button. I'm not sure it's a bind button, but I know anyway. I will show how to install a small cable to bind your quadcopter, because you know, as you already know, maybe sometimes your quadcopter can comes without the binding efficient and working. So you have to bind, and if you want to use another FlySky transmitter, because the receiver is using a FlySky protocol, the new evolution. Okay, so I will show how to do it, but anyway I can show the internal part. The ESC is still only supporting 2S. I will say old generation, maximum 8 ampere, so it's not so, unfortunately not supporting 3S. Still a GST connector, okay, for 2S is okay, but not so much more. But the electronic and the PDB is more clean for sure. The soldering jobs is more cleaner. Everything is more compact and cleaner, so that's a good point. So the main MCU, here you have the SPP plug, okay, here to the main board, some voltage regulators stage here, and voila, and ESC, the receiver, and the GPS is hidden behind that. I will also extend the video how to shield everything. Okay, so what you will need, well, to do the bind mode, you will need this kind of small power switch. I found them, I don't know, in AliExpress, I can't remember well, but I've got the bags, and they are pretty light and very easy. So their weights less than 1 gram each, so it's pretty easy. And I will use a very small wires, with very thin gauge, okay, or blue, or you know, so it's pretty easy. So the main trick I will do to okay, I will gently move this ribbon cable. To do the antenna mode, you will need to solder wires with power switch incorporated between the pin 1 and the pin 3. Okay, pin 1 and pin 3. So in order to make your life more easy with the soldering job, use always some flux. Is very useful to grip very fast the job. And probably you have too cold here, too cold solder. I'm not completely solder it, but you will probably also need to finish the job. I don't know, maybe it's linked with the telemetry, I'm not sure. I have to investigate that. Okay, I will do now the job. So first of all, I prepared the switch. Okay, so I installed some soldering, and I will now solder the one wires over two. So I cut the wires in the length. You should take something like you have to reach the battery bay, as you may see right here. So basically you have to need two wires, okay, and to reach the pin 1, for example, of the receiver to the end of the battery bay, okay, to be sure, and the same a second one like this. So ready, and install some solder on each extremity, and now I will connect to solder to the switch. Okay, one and the second. So use two adjacent connector over 3 for the switch. Okay, well, the job is done. So and eventually add some electrical tape flex to protect everything. So such kind of model like this, and you will avoid any potential shortcuts. Okay, so it's installed. Before to solder on the pin 1 and pin 3 of the receiver, you have to take caution to be aware about the ribbon cable linking the main controller board with the gyroscope and compass. I'm not sure. Yes, this is a barometer, so I will use a small piece of wire of tape to don't press too much to not break everything, so it will be more easy to do the soldering job now. Okay, so to make the soldering job more easy, always use some flux. It's much more easier. Okay, so just apply on the pin. You know, you have to play with pin 1 and pin 3. Okay, maybe you have to redo the dry. I don't know why these two are not completely covered of soldering. Maybe it's a problem or not. Maybe it's to activate telemetry. I'm not sure. We have to investigate. So first of all, I will try just with linking pin 1 and pin 3. Okay, I will start. So I hope you will be able to see. Take soldering job. So here is the pin 1. Okay, I will maybe add some little bits of flux. And the second. Okay. The first one is, I will redo it. It's not very efficient. Okay, seems to be good. I will check that. So with the digital multimeter, try to see if there is no shortcut between tracks, adjacent that is. Okay, it's not the case, and check the contact at the extremity. Okay, it's working. So now it's connected. So now I advise to install some liquid electrical tape. Okay, but before make a dry test to bind your procedure in any case. Okay, so actually I am not in bind mode because the power switch in an upper position. I will show that is working. Okay, I will power the radio, and you have a green LEDs here and a solid LEDs on the receiver. You can see you have a solid here. After the ESC booting, you can turn the motor without problem. Okay, and turn off the motors. Now I will show how to proceed to bind again. So imagine you accidentally press the bind button anywhere. So or you want to bind with another FlySky compatible transmitter. So turn in bind mode the switch. Okay, and when you will turn on the Flying3D X6, you will see that the receiver LEDs is flashing. Okay, so now turn the radio while pressing the button, the bind button here. Okay, power. And the LEDs become solid, okay, and you have this red flashing LEDs on the transmitter. Okay, now it's bound normally. So what you have to do, power off the quadcopter, turn on the radio, turn off the radio, and now repower the quadcopter, okay, and turn on the radio without bind mode. Oops. I forgot to sorry, I forgot to turn in normal mode the switch. Okay, and now the LEDs is solid. You have the green LEDs on transmitter. Wait, the ESC are booting. Okay, and it's working, no problem at all. Okay, so the binding procedure is okay, the binding mode is okay. Now I will continue to install some electrical tape, some AMI papers and electrical tape to increase the GPS sensitivity. So to increase the GPS sensitivity, well, you can do several things. You can install some AMI papers here as well, but the more important, I would say, inside closer to the GPS. So you have to know that you have to gently pull on the coupole like this, and you can access to the screw, okay, and protect the GPS from interferences coming from the flying controlling board. Be aware, you have to notice the position of the GPS when you will disassemble this plastic cover, plastic hat. Be aware to not inverse the GPS sensor location. You will have a big problem with stabilities and some potential flyaway. Okay, so when you unscrew the 4 screws, be aware. So you have the GPS module, and when you read the GPS information, be sure that the GPS is written in the direction of the front, okay, not behind but on the front. Okay, so be sure that GPS logo is written front, and the GPS module is one is installed like this, is more on the rear parts, okay. So sometimes maybe the inverts of the when they install in the factory, maybe they rotate it. So basically you have to know that where is the front and where is the rear part. So the objective is to install some AMI paper here in these bottom surfaces, okay. So and also so you have to know that you can provoke some shortcuts with such paper. So we will need after to cover with some isolant to avoid some potential shortcuts in the GPS module. So first of all, I will cover with a small band like this. Okay, let's see like this. So you have to remove the tape. Okay, so it's a kind of a copper paper, very thin one, and after you have to tape it in the bottom. Okay. Like this, and apply. After you will have to gently adapt to the shape of the GPS holder. One. Okay, you have to cover everything. And thanks to this tip, you will be able to increase a little bit more the GPS fixing and the HDOP. I hope the HDOP is a value indicating how good is your GPS reception. So since the Flying3D X6 Plus actually don't offer the telemetry, you cannot retrieve this value, but in the former edition, or when they will update the X6 Plus edition with the telemetry information, you will be able to see this value. Okay, and an HDOP value below 10 is already good. Okay, fantastic. It would be even below 2 or 3. It's sign of super stabilization. Okay, so I will try to install the more I can. And after, over this, I will install some tape, normal tape, to avoid any shortcuts. Okay. So I will cut some band. You understood how to proceed. Okay. It's ultra white. It don't have really some white. It's even a fraction of grams. So. Okay. Try to apply everywhere. Okay. And can cover all the bottom surfaces of the GPS. Got a cord. Like this. Okay, little by little, I will cover everything. So the objective is really to decrease the HDOP value. You have to know that the GPS module, it's U-Box, so should be compatible with both GPS and GLONASS system. Okay, so you should receive much more satellites than the pure GPS system, because you have the Russian satellite as well. But in fact, the precision with this extra satellite is not largely increased. You are just a fraction of localization accuracy improvement, not so much more. Okay, and probably in the future the Chinese and European Galileo also will be added, and much more satellite will be available for the any GPS attitude hold and return job Okay, so it will probably decrease the GPS potential flyaway. Okay, so so now you have to cover with some electrical tape to be sure that you won't any shortcuts. Some okay, some black like this, or maybe eventually apply some liquid here. Not on the antenna should be located on the other side, but at least here to be sure. Okay, and voila.